Oh wait, are we rolling? Hi, I am Mr. Dinshawn and this is Doodle News. We have some news about the British and French rivalry. I know that was 250 to 300 years ago, but we don't do news here. So, the British and French are one of the strongest powers in Europe. That was then, this is now. Anyways, they are both trying to get the power over the west side of the Appalachian Mountains. The British and French were always competing for everything: empire, land, wealth, etc. Later on, the British's interests started to turn over to the Ohio River Valley. Now keep in mind that the French considered this land, the Ohio River Valley, their own land because they always did fur trades. And they weren't trying to sell any fur to the British. Now we also have a special guest. It's our Mr. Former President George Washington, and he wants to speak about what happened. You know I'm dead, right? Thank you, Mr. Dinshawn, for bringing me in today. You're welcome, Mr. President. So what the British basically did was they built a fort called Pickawillany. And what the French did, because the British built a fort in their land, is what any rational, civilized adult would do. What did they do, Mr. Former President?
They raided it like Area 51.
What did the British do after the raid, Mr. Former President? What the raid did was they pushed British away from Ohio. And that was not all, because they started raiding New York and Maine. What happened after that? The New Englanders' big brain is massive and was able to capture the most important fortress, Cape Breton Island. Thank you, Mr. Washington. So, in conclusion to what our former president said, was Britain did not like to discuss the New Englanders did, so what they did was they returned Louisbourg to France. I'm Mr. Dinshawn, and that was Doodle News. Okay, you could cut the cameras. Cut them! Cut them!